HD AV YouTube channel, where today you find me on a wall with a very steep drop. Yes, this is Inverness, in a historic graveyard, and behind me over my left or right shoulder, depending on what way you're looking at me, is the bouncy bridge. So last time we were here, I travelled on the 094 or 093 service to Aviemore. That was with Flixbus. And today, ever since then, I've thought, well, Flixbus do that route, and also CityLink do that route, who I've travelled on before on this channel when I went to Fort William. I said, we're going to get a CityLink bus over to Aviemore today and just try them out and sort of compare them to Flixbus on the route in terms of passenger numbers, the bus itself, and also just the general sort of feel of the service. So with that said, let's not fall off this drop and head to the bus station where we'll catch the, I think it's the 11:30 M90 to Aviemore. So then, when I arrived back at the bus station, my coach was in, and it was in the form of D&E Coaches VanHool EX16M AA22 DEC, which was doing the honours on the 11:30 M90 to Edinburgh. This vehicle's in the stunning CityLink livery, and it's one of two VanHool EX16Ms painted for the company's use on their CityLink contracts. So then, just after a short, 5 or 10 minute wait, I was able to get on board. I just scanned my Scott card on the handheld ticket machine there and said to them, Aviemore please, which is in fact the first stop after Inverness on the M90's route. So the M90 goes Aviemore, Pitlochry, Perth, then Kinross, then Holbeath, I think, yes, and then straight into Edinburgh after that. The other places I have been on the channel before, so yeah, just maybe check out my other videos, just a bit of a free plug. Anyway, here's me just making my way to the seat. It was nice and quiet, this coach, a far cry from the late running 10:30 departure, which was absolutely rammed. That had only just departed at like, 10:57, so this one was just after it, and it was quite quiet, as you can see here. The legroom on this bus wasn't the best, I can agree. There was a lot of seats squashed into the small space, but they did have nice fold-down tables, which worked, unlike the Shield Bus's Mercedes Turismos I went on, with a little cup holder there too, and they've got a grabbing handle, but I didn't want to rip that because somebody was sat in front of me, with the little pocket things there as well for a newspaper. The seats were nice and comfortable though, nice padding on them, and to say there wasn't much legroom, they could be reclined, as you can see here, and that did give you that added bit of sort of, shuffle room, as obviously the seat moves back. Above the seats then, there were a few manual controls. We've got a stop bell there and some lights, but they did appear to work. But after the engine was turned on, the lights did work, and obviously there's some air control vents there too, which were blowing a nice draft. And, well, that's about it really. There's plenty of room, to say the least. But in all honesty, I wouldn't want to travel 4.5 hours on these, all the way down to Edinburgh. So Aviemore for me is just fine. So then, departure from Inverness was perfectly on time. And yes, what a departure indeed. Promptly out, no faffing around, straight out and down the new link road that connects the bus station to Longman Road. So stuff doesn't have to go through the city centre. So then, the journey across to Aviemore then, how long is it? Well, I think it's just shy of an hour. 11:30 it departs the bus station, and it gets into there for around, 12:20 something, but then again, it could be traffic, and I think it arrived around, closer to 12:25, something like that. But here is Longman Road now, so with that said, I'll share some clips en route from here in Inverness, down the A9 towards Aviemore, and I'll catch up to you in a little bit. Right, enjoy some music and enjoy some sights. When I filmed this video in June 2025, Tomatin on the A9 was basically a giant construction site as part of the new dualling project that's happening for phase 2 on the A9, which I believe is a 10-mile section. So yeah, that'll be a lot more dual carriageway for the A9, and yes, it does scar the landscape and it's not the prettiest and it won't be the nicest to drive on, but there's that many vehicles on the road now. They just, well, the single track, single each way, just can't handle the amount of traffic. So major construction works, as you can see here, are taking shape, and it's such a big operation. Look at all the trees they've had to take down. Like, look at all like the, well, infrastructure that they're having to put in. It's obviously not just the road. They've got to factor in all the junctions and stuff like that, and well, obviously they're all going to have to be altered and made safe for the dual carriageway. Also here, there's currently a temporary roundabout which is in place for the work vehicles, as there's like a site to the left of it if you're heading south. And here's a little clip as we go round the roundabout. Yeah, it's a massive operation, and the whole landscape and, well, surrounding area will be changed in the next upcoming years. So, well, as I film this, I'm basically taking history in. This view here of these mountains and rolling hills might not be possible. It might all be different. Anyway, just after the works, you get to see the wonderful Tomatin Viaduct, which carries the Highland Main Line over the River Findhorn on a stunning structure, and it makes the road bridge that we're on look really ugly. Also, the road bridge at this stage is undergoing construction work too. As you can see, the workmen there have got the entire carriageway dug up on that side of the road. So yes, lots of work happening indeed. After this, the trees open up into some stunning moorland and highland scenery, just very reminiscent of the true Scottish nature of the environment and sort of how you imagine Scotland. And this is also the section where we enter the Cairngorms National Park. Here, as you can see on the left, the landscape is probably prone to erosion, so they've put sort of chainmail, as I could describe it, along the rocks so rocks don't fall onto the road. And this is just an area where you can just look out the window and think, well, I know exactly where I am. I'm in the Highlands. That's just how you imagine it, don't you? Jagged rocks, heather, green things, and just a, just sheer and remote-looking environment, even though you're right next to the main road. Also here, you get to see your first glimpses of the Cairngorms mountain range there, as you can see, looking absolutely stunning and dramatic as always. And Aviemore, believe it or not, is sort of just in front of those. You wouldn't think it from here, would you? But the A9 sort of curves around to the right, and the mountains always stay on your left. Along this section of road, after Carbridge Station, which is just appearing now, the scenery isn't the best. You're just sort of in bypasses and trees, and it's not scenic at all, so it's quite boring. But sort of, if you're on a coach and the average person that is on this coach isn't looking out the window, in all fairness, they're just sitting on their phone, or, well, I say reading a newspaper, but not many people do that on the bus nowadays. So I'll stick to looking at your phone. Anyway, with that said, I'd say enjoy the view, but there's not much of a view here, so I'll just leave you with this clip of some mountains before we arrive into Aviemore in the next few minutes.
She has such big funny that you said that, Rachel, because my whole problem with working in the company is that I am the old man that's singing. Because we work with together. I don't know, but I like working in the company. The reason is actually what was the answer? With retail, because actually I think you enjoy it and you can see what I would have experience. Yes. The only good thing about Pandora was like the benefits you got. Like you get like kind of like the discount. Let's be honest. So the benefits top tier. The actual job not that much.
So then, as I said in the text a moment ago, we are now arriving into Aviemore, and it's quite a long place. It starts a long way actually away from where the sort of village centre is, and it's a very strange place indeed. But I like it. It's more like a tourist place. It reminds me of like a seaside, but without the sea. Like, there's ice cream shops, there's like fish and chip shops, there's like, well, outdoor shops. But then again, it is in the Cairngorms National Park, and it's sort of the gateway to exploring one of the UK's most scenic areas, or, well, regions. Anyway, here we are passing the wonderful toilet block. Yep, very wonderful indeed. And the shops such as the Harrigow Bakery and Fat Face. And the sweet shop, or the Ald Sweetie shop, as it says, because it's Scotland. No, I'm just making some rubbish jokes. Oh, there's a train, look. At this time, I didn't think that I'd be able to see that, but that's the only clip I thought you'd get. But later on, you'll see that anyway. So, yes, with that said, we're passing the shops now, Mountain Warehouse, and on the right-hand side there's Tesco. So, with that said, I pressed the stop bell, which didn't actually work. I just pressed it, and everyone then stared at me because I pressed a button that didn't work, before I got up, because we were here at Aviemore Railway Station, which is where I got off. And that's the main CityLink stop and Flixbus stop here in Aviemore.
People come here for so many.
After the bus had stopped, I quickly dashed towards the front, having a quick peek at the cab there. Beautiful and very smart indeed, before getting out of the bus and not saying goodbye to the driver because he was busy doing tickets. In front of us here is a megabus, and I was thinking, oh, what service is that on? It's just heading up Cairngorm Mountain to the steepest and highest bus stop in the United Kingdom. That's a route on the channel that I'd like to do, so if you'd like to see me do that route one day, leave it in the comments section down below. With that said, my bus was now departing the stop after I had arrived, because everyone had got on and the driver had sorted out all the tickets. Very simple system, and well, very enjoyable ride indeed on AA22 DEC. There it goes, bound for Edinburgh. And speaking of things bound and going, here's the megabus now heading up the mountain to the steepest and highest bus stop in the UK. A very long gradient, and I last did that route, it was on an Enviro 400 MMC, and it was very awesome indeed. I'd like to do it on an interdeck, so like I said, if you want me to do that video, drop a comment down below. But there's the bus heading away, and I will see you in just a moment for a summary. So then, we are now here in Aviemore. You probably could tell with the sort of voiceover I did on the bus there. and the clips just up there on the main road. So I've just come down here by this lovely bit of, is it flowing? Yeah, this lovely bit of flowing water down here to sort of, well, conclude what I think about CityLink. Listen how nice that sounds though. Just so pretty, so quaint. So, as I make my way into this deep, dark tunnel here, and hope that I survive coming out the other end. The journey itself was brilliant. CityLink, thumbs up from me. I highlighted on the journey that there was not much legroom, but then again on the M90 it is sort of just a diverse array of vehicles. You've got panoramas, interdecks, 9700 DDs, VanHools as it seems, and a whole host of different vehicles with a whole host of different features and limitations and adaptations, if you will. So, with that said, would I recommend travelling with CityLink on the Inverness to, well, Edinburgh or Aviemore corridor? Yes, I would. Is it as good as Flixbus? Well, I will let you decide in the comment section down below. With that said, I'm going to head up here as I've seen a steam engine, and I like steam engines. And, well, I believe it's a IVAT. I can hear it actually. As we make our way up here, we see the wonderful handrail that I don't want to touch for the fear of getting some sort of tetanus-related disease. Oh my god, it's a steam engine! I'm pretty sure that's the second time we've seen one of them in the video. So as I make my way up here, and steam engine, obviously the Strathspey Railway is located in Aviemore. I don't know what time it's going. If I make my way up here and it just conveniently is leaving in the next, like, what, 10-20 minutes, then that's fine by me. It's 46464. That's the newly overhauled one. Very exciting. Why was it last time that I came to, well, CityLink Adventure and I seen a steam engine in BR Black with red roller stock? Oh yeah, it was last time, wasn't it? Can we make that a running theme? Well, I can only think, like, of two locations. That car over there does not want to start. Can you hear that? It started. Congratulations, Mr. Pickup Truck. I can only think of two times it's possible, in the Highlands at least, but you never know. We may travel further afield someday. Well, if it leaves in the next, like, 10 minutes, I'll probably see it, because I've got a bus to catch. And also, I'm mildly needing the loo, so yeah. The train did in fact depart at 12:50, the lunchtime departure for Broom Hill, operated by the IVEC Class 2, numbered 46464, the Carmiley Pilot. What a nice little locomotive, a fully loaded 8-coach train. Here's the fireman shoveling some fresh coal into the firebox, ready for the departure you're about to see now. So then, with all of that said and my steam engine scene, it is now the end of the video, and I'll leave you this clip of a Pox of Hamilton Volvo B8R Platinum Elite working the M91 service back to Inverness, which is slightly different to the M90. It goes via Newtonmore and other places like that, and it doesn't run as frequently, even though it says up to every 60 minutes, which is a lie for this service. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you enjoyed the Flixbus one last time, and well, more adventures will be coming very shortly. Right. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!